looking forward in your septum where it's all skin and no cartilage. That is the place where we'll do the piercing. So I've heard of some people who've had it done through the cartilage by mistake. Apparently that's not a lot of fun, but the sweet spot is about as thin as 2 sheets of paper. Like it's really, really thin. So most people say there are some piercings that hurt less, like the earlobe, for instance, or the eyebrow, but this is the one that most people are the most surprised about, that it hurts a lot less than what they thought. So I'm going to clean this out for you. It's going to smell weird. And I've put your head back up a little bit. And for aftercare on this, the most important thing I think is just keeping your hands off of it. So don't touch it with dirty hands. You don't need to rotate it. Mostly just leave it alone. And twice a day though, you should clean it with saline solution. And we'll give you a bag of sea salt. You're going to mix that with about an eighth of a teaspoon of sea salt in a cup of warm water. And if you can, try to soak your whole nostril in there. If that's a pain for you, you can also get a clean piece of gauze, soak that in the saline, and make a little compress. As long as you're using that, definitely don't use rubbing alcohol, peroxide, Neosporin ointment, Bactine, none of that stuff. Alright, so I'm going to get some marking done. Let me get you to lay all the way down with your head kind of tilted off the side right here. Perfect. And what I'm going to do is just kind of poke around in there with the blunt end of the Q-tip, find a little sweet spot, and make sure I put a little mark where that's going to go. And your septum actually looks pretty even. It doesn't really deviate. Looking at your septum, there's a little bit of a tilt on it, like this. Like this part is actually just tilted just a little bit. It's not too strange, but like I said, it doesn't really deviate that much. If anything, it might pull off a little one way. I'm going to do the piercing so it hangs down flat or in the same plane that your face is in, more or less. So when you look at it up like this, it might look like there's a little bit more nostril in front of one side than the other. Okay. But when you look at it straight on, it's going to be flush to your face. And that's the way to make it look straight. So, I'm just going to give you a little idea. Oh man, yeah, yours seems to be exceptionally thin.
Yay!
Which is good. Alright, so I'm going to slip this little tube on one side. This catches the needle as it comes through. I'll touch the tip of the needle to the other side, and I'm going to kind of look at it from a couple different angles to make sure it lines up okay. I'll take as long as I need to do that. As soon as I'm ready, I'll ask you to do a deep breath in, and when you let it out, the piercing will be done. And it just takes a fraction of a second, and then I'll reach over, get your jewelry, we'll put that in, and we'll be done.
Can I get closer?
Yeah, anywhere, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you're not necessarily leaning over him, I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
Right, you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm just going to slip this on this side. Okay, and if you're ready, do a nice deep breath in. And relax it out. Good. Flip that off. Doing okay so far? Mm-hmm. All right.
Man, that wasn't even a good reaction.
Yeah. Maybe you can step on his foot on the way out. So it won't be as bad as it's going to get.
There's a tear coming out of my eye right now.
Okay.
That is normal.
Got that on video.
It's a...
Cool, you can go ahead and sit up all the way as soon as you feel ready. And I'm going to actually connect this a little bit.
How did it feel?
It really hurts.
I think it's all about just kind of psyching yourself.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And I'll hand you
Look at
this
you!
here if you want to take a look there before I flip it up.
Right.
How's that? You're probably going to notice it start to swell up almost immediately. So basically, are you going to wear it down or up, typically? Up, okay. So if you're having it down to clean it, I mean, it's not going to hang straight down. It'll kind of be a little bit forward. Don't worry about that. You know, and if it feels like a little puffy, that'll disappear in the next couple days. Okay, cool. So I'll go ahead and flip it up for you if you like, and I'll show you the way to do that. You got to make a face like this, and that opens up that area, and it disappears completely.
Wow.
Yep.
I know, that is crazy.
I lived in Washington, D.C. before here, and I did a ton of septum piercings because it's a real conservative area, and so a lot of like business folk would get it done because it would be the one thing that they could actually wear and have people see. It would be completely invisible, you know, when they're actually at work.